I have to tell you, not having pinball machines at home makes doing this show difficult. That was like my thing, as I came home and I played pinball. And I thought about pinball while I played pinball, and then I sketched out my notes throughout the week, and I did my shows, and I don't have pinball when I come home now, and it's kind of strange still. I gotta do the show. I like doing this show. I like talking about pinball. So we're gonna talk about pinball. Me. And maybe Ed. Here on episode 238 of Coast to Coast Pinball. Let's go. Welcome to Coast Pinball. My name is Nate Shivers. This is a podcast. It's a commentary. I'm a man out of quarters. How is everybody doing? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're listening. Coming to you not live here a little after 11 p.m. Central European Time. Friday night, October 6th, 2017. This year has just flown by. Absolutely insane. I used to sort of, people would say to me, like, hey, I like your show. It's short, it's compact, it's great. And I'd say, yeah, I can't believe people do these 2.5, 3-hour podcasts. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. When you're only doing a show once in a while, and there's so much happening in something in an area you care about, you just want to cram it all in. Don't worry, this will not be a 2.5-hour episode of Coast to Coast Pinball. I'm taking the easy way out. We're talking to Ed Robertson tonight. That is my easy way out of trying to put a show out, talking to somebody who's informed and has great, interesting thoughts and opinions on pinball, and I think people will enjoy listening to, and I can get a show done without having to do hours and hours of prep work. Did a little prep work for you, though. I'm not totally bailing on you, because I had some thoughts, and they're fairly quick, so we'll call them 5 fast thoughts.
5 fast thoughts.
Before I jump right into these, I'm going to go a little behind the scenes right now. I'm texting here with someone who works at Stern Pinball right now as I do the recording of the show. I'll leave him or her nameless. And I just had this thought as we were talking about some things going on at the company. We're talking about the modern way things happen and communication happens and, sales and things. Just, what 2017's like. And I was thinking about it in Stern Pinball, how like it used to be Sega Pinball, used to be Data East Pinball, and now they're Stern Pinball. Now they're like they're Coca-Cola in the pinball world. Even when this show started, there was still this big oh well, yeah, you've got your silly Family Guy Stern Pinball over there, but I've got my Monster Bash, which is a real pinball machine over here because it's a Williams game. And now it's like, you stay consistent, you build your games, you do business, and you're king of the hill there. It's interesting. I don't know. Just that's a bonus thought for you. 5 fast thoughts. Here we go. Fast thought number 1. Pinball Expo is next week outside of Chicago. And I was supposed to be in Asia for 2 weeks. There was this trip planned to Asia with my company, similar to the one I went on last year. And we were going back, and I was on the trip. And then political stuff in North Korea and nonsense happened, and they trimmed the trip way down, and I just decided it probably wasn't worth flying all the way to China just for 5 days, 4 days, or whatever it was going to be, so I didn't go, and I could have gone to Expo if I had planned this better, which I would have liked to go to Expo. In spite of Expo, I would have liked to have gone to Expo. I am not an Expo hater, necessarily. I'm also not a huge Expo proponent, it's the greatest show in the world. I'm definitely off that bandwagon if I used to be on it. But I'd still like to be there because there's going to be some good stuff happening. The energy is always fun around Chicago this time. The Pinball Life Party's definitely the counter to Expo happening right now. It's interesting how that's sort of the tug of war, what's going on there. I think that's I don't know. That's going to come to a head eventually someday. Something will change and something will happen there, I would guess. There's a little bit of the old guard versus the new guard, or I don't know. Expo's got issues. Expo's also got a lot of great things going for it, and I would love to be there. But so anyway, Pinball Expo, I miss you. Fast thought number 2. Speaking of Pinball Expo, Jersey Jack Pinball is going to announce and release and show off their 4th game at Expo next week. That's exciting. I think it was 2 episodes ago on here on Coast to Coast Pinball, I made some comment, kind of a sideways comment, if you will, about how please don't let Jersey Jack Pinball game number 4 be a wide body game. Oh, that would be silly. Dialed In is great, and it's a narrow body. What a great move. I posted that episode, and literally within 2 hours, I had like 5 messages. Hey man, it's a wide body. So I'm not confirming it's a wide body. I have no inside knowledge that it's a wide body, but it's probably a wide body. So we'll see what they do. After Wizard of Oz and Hobbit, I thought Dialed In was refreshing and fantastic. I think pinball has a few things about it that, especially in the modern age, that are really important. And there's a feel to pinball that has to be there. And you can do that on a wide body game, I think. I just want to see them do it, because I haven't felt it yet with Wizard of Oz and Hobbit. I think both those games are beautiful. I think both those games have a certain thing about them. But those games, to me, I don't know. I think Dialed In did something different. I think the time will be it'll be interesting to watch where Wizard of Oz and Hobbit kind of end up, because I have this roller coaster effect with Wizard of Oz. I went from like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, to I don't really like this game, to actually, now that I understand this game, I really like this game, to now when I play it, I'm like, I'm okay. It's all right. Hobbit, loved it. When I first saw like the screen and the HD movie there, it was just amazing. Sound was amazing. Once they got the newer art package in, I thought, this looks awesome. Some of the stuff with the pop-up trolls, or they're not trolls, are they? What are they? Goblins and things. And it was cool. It was great. And then, gameplay seemed a little slow, a little floaty. And then I have moments where I'm like, I really like this game, when you really work your way through the game. I love the rule set. I love the progression. I think what Kiefer's done there is pretty darn amazing. So for like the deep game, I like it. But I wouldn't say either of those games like really compels me like a game. I don't know, a game like even Aerosmith, which I don't think is anybody's favorite game in the last few years, but I think it's a pretty solid game. There's something about that. I want to play it. I want to play Aerosmith pinball. I want to play Star Wars pinball. Star Wars kind of getting hit on the chin a little bit by the vocal people right now. Those who get the game seem to love the game. That's awesome. I like the game. I think it's fun. It has a pinball. There's a certain pinball thing to it, and I can't put my finger on it, but I'm waiting to see a modern wide body game that does that. So that's going to be my optimistic thoughts about Jersey Jack Pinball doing another wide body game. Is fresh designer with a fresh design. Maybe he knocks it out of the park. We'll see. I'm hopeful. Fast thought number 3. Congratulations to Jack Danger and Dead Flip. I think about 2 weeks ago now, he celebrated his 3rd anniversary of Dead Flip pinball streaming and pinball social media and pinball cool tattoos and buttoned up shirts and a good head of hair. Jack Danger. Sexy beast, Jack Danger. He's a champ. Jack Danger's a champ. No, really, I do really admire the persistence, the energy, the stick-to-itiveness. I hate that term. I freaking hate the term stick-to-itiveness. But I do really appreciate the heart and soul that's come out of Jack over the last few years in pinball. He's just tireless, man. Tireless. And I think that all the success he's had with Dead Flip is so well deserved. He is really done a great service to the pinball community. And if you don't appreciate Jack Danger, then you and I got issues. Fast thought number 4 is, you should be listening to something else too. Pinball Profile, Jeff Teolis. Teolis? Jeff, how do you say your last name? Teolis? He says it so fast in his perfect radio announcer voice. I'm not exactly sure how to even say it. I feel like insecure. I need to have, hold on, Jeff Teolis. This is Coast to Coast Pinball with Nate Shivers. Something like that. I kid. Someone else who's shown a lot of like really amazing enthusiasm and energy into something around pinball is Jeff and his podcast, the Pinball Profile. really good. They're short. They're easy to listen to. He gets fantastic interviews. I just listened to the Jersey Jack interview. It's really good. So find Pinball Profile. Just search it on Facebook. You'll find it. Listen to Jeff's show. It's good stuff. He's a really nice guy and doing good work. And honestly, the fact that there's so many good shows out there, I mean, so many good shows out there. And I mean, so many good shows out there. It makes me feel like I don't have to cover every minutia. When Gary Stern when he leans back too far in his chair and he almost tips over, I don't have to do a podcast about it because it's okay. Somebody will cover me there. It's all good. So anyway, fast thought number 5 is a teaser, and I'm partly doing this to tease the audience, and I'm partly doing this to get myself in gear and get this going because this is really cool and really important. What if I told you that one of the most revered people in pinball had done interviews with some of the other most revered people in pinball a long time ago, and we were going to someday maybe get to hear those interviews and maybe revisit those interviews it's like a time capsule? What if I said there was a time capsule of podcasts from before there were podcasts? What if? I'm just saying. That's my 5th fast thought, right? 5th fast thought? That's hard to say. Just saying. Something cool is gonna probably happen. So anyway, those are 5 fast thoughts for a cool and breezy Friday night, October 6th, 2017.
Call the people.
Joining me tonight on Coast to Coast Pinball, Mr. Ed Robertson. How are you, sir?
Good, Nate. Nice to be back on Coast to Coast Pinball.
It's been too long. This is the first time we've done this since I've lived abroad, I believe.
Yes, it is.
It is. How you doing over there in the big country of Canada?
I'm doing amazing. Just kicking off a Canadian tour. Been major shakeups in my pinball lineup.
That's good
of
news.
Late.
Good news.
Yeah, it's great.
You guys are playing a bunch of shows right around Toronto, you were telling me, so you don't have to go too far. Playing this evening, right?
Well, yeah, I'm playing tonight in Brampton, Ontario, just north of the city. And I've been playing lots of little places right around Toronto. We did North Bay and Parry Sound and a couple shows in Oakville. And then next week I head way out to the East Coast, play in Halifax and out there. And then I go way out west and play Vancouver, Nanaimo, and make my way back through the prairies.
Real important question. Were you worried about the fact that this new record you guys have out, this politically charged fake nudes record, was going to somehow turn the pinball fans away from you now that you're not touring on Silverball and you're no longer promoting a pinball themed album?
I was deeply concerned. I lost an awful lot of sleep over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a concern.
Well, it was
funny though. We're now playing the song Silverball nightly, which we didn't really do on the Silverball tour.
I actually looked at your set list because I was curious of that on the set list website, whatever it is, setlist.something. And I noticed that in your opening acoustic set, you're playing Silverball, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
It's really fun, especially to play in that sort of stripped down setup the way we're starting the show. It's I think the song actually really shines in that setup.
I like it. You gave me a little sneak peek to the new record a few weeks back, and I was happy though that there was a very subtle, maybe to some, pinball reference in, I think, the opening track, Canada Dry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right
yes,
there.
Yes, sir.
So that's good stuff. Was there any thought of pinball when you wrote that, or was that really coming from another place?
It actually was coming from another place, but the crazy coincidence that happened is the day I recorded that song, I got a PM via Pinside from a 3-year-old net that I'd sent out to everybody I could find who owned the Canada Dry pinball machine, which if you look online, I could only find 8 people listing it in their collection.
Yeah.
Although I know there are a lot more out there. So I hadn't heard back from anybody in years. And then the day I recorded that song, I got a private message from someone who said, yeah, you know what? I think I'm ready to sell this machine. So that was an incredible coincidence. I had to buy it.
So that's when you got your Canada Dry, was right then?
Was the day I recorded the song.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I'm a geek for stuff like this. You guys haven't released the album yet. How many songs from the new album are you actually playing out, or do you hold them back till you release the record?
We're already doing 4 songs from the new record in the set, and the record's not even out yet. And we'll probably add a few more in once the record's out.
Is there a lot of pressure there when you know that, especially I think when you do your summertime party tours and it's like, yeah, last summer on Earth, we're bare naked ladies, let's party. You want to play your new art, your new music, your new creations, but we gotta. Is there pressure that people don't know these songs as well, and we gotta hit them with the hits?
Well, we hit them with the hits as well. For us, it's about I go out every night with the goal of entertaining the audience, but also to entertain myself. And I think if you fall into the rut of just playing your hits over and over again, we're lucky. We've had a lot of radio success. We can throw a bunch of hits into the set. We can throw a bunch of new stuff into the set, and still the set is peppered with 7 or 8 hit songs. So I don't think we're asking a ton of the audience when we play 4 new songs and the rest of the show is a cavalcade of monster hits.
Hilarious. I like it. What's your favorite song on the new record?
I do like Canada Dry a lot for a lot of reasons. A couple good friends of mine in other Canadian bands, Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo and Alan Doyle from Alan Doyle and the Beautiful Gypsies, and also from Great Big Sea. They sung harmony on that track, and that was a really special thing for me to have those guys sing on a track. So I love that track. I like the singles too, Bringing It Home and Looking Up. Maybe if I had to choose one song, it would be Sunshine, which my kid put on in the car the other night. My 15-year-old kid, I picked him and a couple friends up from a party. They were all a little bit tipsy. And which is funny for me because I've always been a non-drinker, and now I've got a couple of underage drinkers on my hands.
Trouble.
No, they're really good kids. They're just being teenagers in the best way. But on the way home, my kid's a little bit tipsy, and he's got a couple of his friends in the car, and he goes, "Hey, check this out. This is a song from my dad's new record." And he put on Sunshine and sang along with every word. And I was like, holy shit, my kid has been listening to my new record, which is nice because he's usually listening to Lil Uzi Vert and Post Malone and like all these modern rappers, So it was quite nice for me first to realize that he knew all the words to the song, but also that he was kind of showing it off to his friends. It was a nice feeling.
Does he know who Leanne Rimes is?
He would not.
Okay. I have to tell you, when you gave me the sneak preview of the album, Teresa and I played it. We were in Spain on a nice holiday weekend, and we put it on while we were getting ready to go out. And I think I texted you right away that Sunshine was the best song you've ever written, in my opinion. Which is just my opinion.
Oh.
I think it's fantastic.
Drummer of Bare Naked Ladies, Tyler Stewart, said the same thing.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Very strong. Love it.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Okay. Well, awesome. I wish you nothing but the best of luck with this new record. When's it come out? Mid-November?
Yeah, November 17th it comes out on the 22nd birthday of my eldest child.
Very nice. And then you guys are going to tour extensively behind that, I would assume. Yeah,
we'll be in full swing on the Canadian tour at the time. And then we're already planning spring and summer touring in America. We're going back to the UK. You should come over and see us in the UK. We'll be in the UK in April.
I might have to do that.
You should do that.
That could definitely happen. See the big show, beat you at pinball. Be a fantastic trip.
Well, I guess it's got to happen at some point. It hasn't ever yet, but
All the pinballs on the left side of the road there, though. So
that's right. And you've been doing so much practicing. What with your 0 pinball machines over there?
oh, I'm a purist, Ed. I play on location. I put my coins in my machines.
I see. Good man. I do that as well. Don't get me wrong.
I know you do. That's my new line of defense, though. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. So you're the man who got Total Nuclear Annihilation #1, like official
Yes, sir.
produced game #1. Talk to me about it. Tell me, you've had it now. You've played it off camera, away from the Jack Danger stream, away from the madness of everybody watching. You've been playing it at night in a quiet game room. What's it like?
It is a blast. It really does shine in multiplayer. Like, that's the game you want to play with a group of people. It's. I have been going crazy playing it for hours every night because I'm dying to get further into the reactors. They get harder and harder and harder. I've made it all the way to reactor 7 now. Scott did an incredible job with that game. The balance is perfect. It's maddeningly hard if you're not really careful, and I'm not a careful player. But that game like really forces you to slow down and make your backhands and not just play wild, because it will punish you immediately as soon as you get loose with it. But the sound is incredible, like even beyond what anybody's experienced playing it at the shows. When you get that game in a room of your home and turn it on, it's this great sucker punch too, because you press start and it does this like, and it sort of sounds weak. And then the moment you plunge the ball, the sub kicks in.
Nice.
And the beat starts going, and it's like, it's a great little sucker punch.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
So does it have legs, I guess, is the next question. Are you going to be playing this game 2 years from now? Is it still going to hold up to you over time in a home collection?
Well, everybody's most recent game is the greatest game that's ever been created, whether that's, whether it's Family Guy or Gottlieb Dragon. You're like, this game is amazing!
Do you really think they said that about Dragon?
I just picked one up today. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Now, I'm not talking inner flip Dragon.
Okay, Gottlieb Dragon.
Yeah, Gottlieb
I'm sorry, that's what I was thinking of.
I think it's like, is it maybe Morrison who did the drawing? Beautiful playfield, awesome backglass, and typical for that era, sort of simple.
That is Gordon Morrison
layout.
Yeah, that is a great looking game.
It's a great looking game. And I just picked one up locally, and I'm totally excited about it. But TNA, to me, one of the games that's been in my collection the longest is Fast Draw.
Yep.
A great layout EM, love the drop target logic, and it's a simple, punishing game. To me, Total Nuclear Annihilation is like those great late 70s, early 80s, simple but difficult layouts with the addition of full RGB lighting and crazy modern sound. Like the best sound you've heard in any pinball machine ever, even pins where people have added subs. This is better.
Wow.
And the light show, the light programming is incredible. And it's a very viscerally satisfying game. I honestly don't see it leaving my collection. It's just too much fun. And it's like pure pinball. It's like it hits in all the right places. It's got all the bells and whistles of modern gaming, but in terms of the pure, brutal early 80s pinball, it's like nailed that.
It's so interesting how this game, and I don't know what they're up to sales-wise, but I think it's over 200 now. I haven't been keeping up with my daily Pinside reading. Isn't it amazing, though, that they've got this flat game now that's caught the imagination of a lot of collectors and a lot of people who are, putting their money into this game that doesn't have any ramps and doesn't have any big, giant toys that come out of the playfield and spit balls at you. It's sort of like a bunch of off-the-shelf parts just done in a very intelligent and unique way.
Well, and that's what blows the discussion out of the water of, like, where's the value in this game? Well, the value is in that it's awesome to play. I don't care if your game is filled with plastic figurines and ramps and mechs and magnets if it's not fun. And Total Nuclear Annihilation, the value is in the sound and lights and the beautiful, elegant layout and the rock solid build. Like, I just love it. I can't say enough good things about it. And I think it's a proof of concept. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Stern should be all over this and going, okay, well, here is Sea Witch Vault Edition.
Yep.
And here's Sea Witch Dirty Donnie Edition.
You're right.
And here's Stargazer, and here's Zombie Yeti Stargazer. Because I know loads of people who would buy a new in-box Stargazer that was just a brand new version of the old Stargazer, but I personally would be all over a Stargazer with exactly the same rules, but modern sound and lights.
Do you know anybody that would...
I would love that.
Do you know anybody that would spend more on a Sea Witch than a mid-size automobile? However, I'm just wondering. I'm just kidding.
I do, Nate. In fact, I do.
I thought you might. Bless him. I agree completely. I think that Josh Sharp's been saying it on this show for a long time, that things got too complicated somewhere along the lines, and this could be the avenue that gets a certain segment of the general population to not be intimidated by a pinball machine and play a pinball machine and have fun in a bar or a whatever on a Saturday night out on the town and play people in pinball, where it's not so overly complicated of, shoot this ramp 3 times and light this and move that, which I love that too. But
yeah, me too. Don't get me wrong. Like, if I had one game right now, it would be my Walking Dead. That game is like, the code is amazing. And if you're a uber pinball nerd like I am, you want that depth and that challenge and that, just one more attempt at getting all the way to Horde is like, that's really fun. But there is a great immediate rush from playing a simple punishing game like TNA. It's a different side of the same coin.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting. Okay, so shifting gears quickly, how are you doing with your Batman 66?
It looks amazing.
Okay, so is that a loaded answer telling me? Because I honestly don't know. I have not played one. I have not talked to you about yours, I don't think, since you got it, really.
You know what? I have total faith in Lyman Sheets, and he will get there eventually. He's not there yet, and I don't care, because there's 14 other games in my basement that I can play, and I'm really happy to have my Batman 66. I just hope that people will give that game a second chance when they see where Lyman ends up taking it to. It's unfortunate that it's languished for so long.
Yeah.
There was an update early on that sort of made the bat phone very lucrative, and I still really like it. Every time I play it, I go, yeah, this is fun. This is great. The crane is better. It's a better toy than the crane was on the Dark Knight. It just feels cooler. What can I say? There's going to be a code update that is going to blow people away, and then everyone's going to go, holy crap, this game's amazing. Right now, It's not there yet.
Not there yet. Okay, interesting. What else have you done? I know that I get messages here and there, and just in my jealousy builds as I see what you've been able to amass in the basement. What have the recent moves been for your collection?
Well, geez, it's been a while since we chatted. I flipped my Centaur 2 into via a sort of a three-way deal into a very nice original Centaur.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Hobbit is gone.
Oh,
and
okay.
it is now a very nice The Shadow, which I can't stop playing. It's really fun. What else? Genesis is gone, and it became a very nice Family Guy.
That's an interesting change.
Yeah, my kids are loving it. The callouts are hilarious in that game. Yeah, but having fun with that. I always liked that, whether it was Family Guy or Shrek. I like the layout, and it's a fun game. So it's not. I don't think that's a long term for me. It's just a really nice one came up locally, and I thought, oh, I'll take that for a spin for a while.
Sure.
So yeah, lots of changes.
And you added a World Cup soccer too, didn't you? Or is that in your other place?
I did. Yeah, that's up at the cottage where I'm heading after the show tonight. I did the smartest thing that every pinball collector eventually comes to on its own time, and that was getting rid of my billiards table.
Yes.
So that meant I had room for a couple of pins up at my lake spot, and so now I have a Meteor, a Stars, and a World Cup Soccer joining my Tron up there.
Very nice.
Soon to be flanked by a Gottlieb Dragon, which is already loaded in the car.
That's excellent.
Ready to go.
That's excellent. How far away is your lake spot?
It's almost a 3-hour drive.
Okay. Far enough to be away.
Yeah, it's where I've written every song since we bought the place in '98. It's a total home away from home. My kids spend their entire summers there, like from the day they get out of school to the day they have to go back. It is absolute paradise, home away from home.
Have you been following the Alien ongoing saga?
I have. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Do you have an order in on that game?
I don't. I never did.
Okay. That's a tough one. There's I don't know. I'm hopeful that writes itself and that everybody ends up happy in the highway pinball world.
Yeah. Yeah. What else can I say? It's yeah. I hope everybody who's got money in on that machine gets what they want from that.
Are you an Alice?
I'm trying to be nice here.
Yeah, I'll be less nice when you're not on the phone. Maybe not this show. Are you an Alice Cooper fan?
I'm not a huge Alice Cooper fan, but I sure am a huge Chuck Emery fan.
Yep.
And I think that's a dream theme for Chuck to get to work with one of his absolute musical heroes, and by all accounts from Chuck, he's been a total pleasure to work with. So I'm hoping for good things from that project. I haven't seen very much of it at all. I've just been hearing from Chuck what a great time he's having with it. So I look forward to seeing that. That's
cool. Have you been to any interesting locations in your travels in the past few months?
I have indeed. I'm finding more pinball more often.
Seems that way, right?
As I travel. Yeah, it's exciting. Where was I recently? I was outside of Chicago, Naperville.
Okay.
Yeah, found a great spot there. What was it called? It's called like Chicago Street Gaming or something like that. actually the op that runs the place had reached out to me via Pinside and just said, hey, you're going to be in the area. I'd love to have you come by. And
Chicago Street Pinball Arcade, right?
That's it.
That's Mark's place, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mark is a good dude.
Yeah, I had a great time there.
That's very good. Let's see. What have you played on location that you don't own that has been good, that you've thought was quality?
Well, I sure like that the new Attack from Mars.
Yeah.
The remake, the
Yep.
LE with the big screen, or not even the LE. I guess there's 3 levels of that game.
Yeah.
I like the big screen. It's pretty cool, and that's such a great game, and that's a pretty compelling price point, if you ask me, for a minty game. I thought the thread on Pinside was hilarious. The flipper gate, basically, which was then, okay, finally a scientific approach. Now we understand why these games are so messed up. Oh no, I did that wrong. All my data was wrong.
Oh no.
So yeah.
I think the games are cool, and I gotta say, I've played lots of Attack from Mars and lots of Medieval Madnesses on locations around that are in various states of great or terrible. They all play different. They don't all feel the same.
Yeah, they all feel different. Every game feels different.
Yeah.
You certainly take notice when a top-level player, a guy like Keith Elwin, goes, these flippers feel weird.
Sure.
You think, okay, well, he must have some sort of... Obviously, he has more intimate pinball knowledge than I do, so you take notice. But, I've enjoyed the remakes that I've played. In terms of new games, a good friend of mine who lives just around the corner just bought his first pinball machine, so I helped him set up his Aerosmith Premium.
Oh, very nice.
What a great game that is, man. Like, I play it every time I come across it on location. I think it's a blast to play. And this buddy of mine, Ash, just got his. And so I helped him set it up. We played a couple games on it. And, man, it's a fun game. I think it's a better art package even than Metallica. I think Donnie killed it. And, yeah, it's fun. That toy box is really fun. I like delaying the multi-ball and building it all the way up to 6, and the layout is cool. I
like that
really
rule.
Like it.
That rule's nice because it's a next level rule, but it's a next level rule that just about anybody in the pinball world can understand. Like, you can take your multi-ball, or you can risk it and make it a bigger multi-ball. That's a nice one.
Yeah. I think it's really smart and fun. So I've been really impressed by that.
Ed Robertson is a John Borg guy.
I am. He's my favorite guy. Metallica, Walking Dead, Aerosmith. I think they're all amazing. Tron,
yeah.
Iron Man.
It's funny, when I started this show and started really, diving deep into pinball, John was always sort of like, oh yeah, and John Borg. Oh yeah, that game's good. And now it's like, you fast forward 5 years and John Borg's kind of the MVP of that team on a lot of levels.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cool. All right. What's
I got a story for you, Nate.
You got a story. I like story time with Ed. What you got?
Well, this is a story that's almost a year old now.
Oh my gosh,
and
it's the Expo story.
I saved it to tell the good people of the Coast2Coast Pinball listening audience. So here's what went down, people. I was at Expo last year, just having a grand old time. And a bunch of friends of mine came from Toronto. Some drove, I flew myself. And as you know, I played Stern's party there, had a great time there. So on, I guess it was the Sunday, or maybe it was late the Saturday night, friends of mine Doug and Chris from Toronto said, "Oh, hey, we had this box of parts we were supposed to pick up from one of the booths and we forgot. Do you mind picking up this box of parts?" And I was like, "Sure, no problem." So I go pick up the box of parts, and it's huge. And so I write back to the guys and I go, "Hey, like I have my guitar and just carry on. I wasn't planning on checking anything, and this box is giant. It's going to kind of slow down my travel." And they said, "Oh, no problem. Give it to like," and then they named two people that I don't actually know. So I tried to find the two people I didn't know on the Saturday night late. It didn't work out. So I thought, what the hell? I'll just check my my little roller bag and I'll carry this cardboard box of pinball parts on the plane with me. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, no.
So I get to security, I put my guitar on the belt, and then I put this cardboard box on the belt, and it goes through. The guy says, "Sir, do you have any weapons?" And I said, "No, I don't. I just have some pinball parts."
You should have been like, "My guitar is a weapon." No.
Yes. I said, "No, I just have some pinball parts in there." I didn't know what pinball parts I had.
Oh, boy.
So he goes, "Do you mind coming with me?" So I go around the security belt and I go into a special little room and realize there's now 4 of us in this little room. And then he shows me the screen, the X-ray of my box before opening it. And I was expecting to see springs and coils and, that might make them nervous.
Pinball parts.
And so pinball parts, which is what I figured I had. Maybe there were some coil stops in there. I look on the screen and all I see are 4 handguns. And I didn't even recognize it at first. My heart just sank. And I was like totally speechless. And then I go, "Oh my God, they had the handles from the Shadow like chromed, and they're in these box, 2 Shadow handles separately, so it looks like 4 handguns."
That's fantastic.
Right? And I can't think of the word pinball. I can't think of the word plunger. I can't think of the Shadow. I just go, "Oh no, those are shooters." And the guy goes, "Excuse me?" And I said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I collect pinball machines, and I was at this expo, and these are their handles used to fire the ball in a pinball machine called the Shadow." And I said, like, if you don't mind me taking out my phone, I can just Google search the image. And sort of luckily, I said who I was, and he could obviously see that I was shocked.
Did he know who you were?
He did.
Okay, that's good.
Did.
That's good. That's good when it's good time to be a rock and roll guy.
Yeah, I would have been face down and zip tied. Like, if I had not led with, "I'm the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies and I collect pinball machines, and I have 2 friends who are chicken who didn't tell me that I was carrying what looks like guns."
That is hilarious.
Now, in their defense, they did think that I was either going to check it or hand it off to someone who was going to drive it home. But, it has become a pretty serious running joke in the Toronto pinball crowd.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. No, those are just shooters.
Shooters, of course, yes. Don't worry, officer. Oh, man. So once they realize that, that's no problem to check something shaped like a gun?
Correct. Yeah.
That's really good.
We took it out and I showed them that it is merely a chrome-plated handle. It has no parts that resemble the parts of a real gun. It was a tense couple of minutes.
That's fantastic.
For sure. And it has resulted in a great story. And I said to the guy, "Look, like, I crossed the border multiple times a week with my job. Am I going to be flagged over this? Is this going to be a problem? He said, no, it's all fine. So, yeah.
Oh, that is good stuff, man. Well, geez, I appreciate you holding the story for a year. I can't believe it's been a year since Expo.
I know. I wish I was going back this year, but I'm in full Canadian tour mode.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Asia, so I was sure I wasn't going, so I planned not going, and now I'm not in Asia right now, so I totally could have gone. But, you know, Texas registration is open for Texas Pinball Festival, so.
It's, Texas is pretty awesome.
It is. Well, that's good stuff. I hope I can catch you guys in the UK. We'll have to hunt down some pinball out there, and
yeah.
I'm trying to find
there's more and more to be found.
There really is. I mean, I'm seeing no slowdown. You know, even though I'm not doing shows as often as I was, I still kind of, you know, track activity. And man, it seems like things are still good. And there's so many good podcasts and videos and YouTube stations. There's just a lot happening. It's
last UK tour, I played location pinball in London, Cardiff, Wales, Liverpool, Aberdeen, Scotland. Like, I was finding it all over the place. So
that's good. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are playing Medicine Hat again on this Canadian tour. That's
hell yeah.
That's the place I've always wanted to go.
Well, I'll take some pictures and send them to you.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, man, I wish you guys a lot of luck with that. Bare Naked Ladies fake nudes. I like the subtle jab at our fearless leader there. That's good stuff.
I don't believe he is a fearless leader. I think he has nothing but fear.
And I think leader would be pretty questionable at this point too.
Yeah.
Not to get political here on Coast to Coast Pinball, but should we just dissect like EM games from the 50s right now?
I'm not a big fan. The wood rails. I don't go back that far. It's, I think you got to get into the late 70s with some interesting 4-player game logic. It's more fun to compete. I sure like the art.
You should write that down.
I sure like the art on some of the single player wedge heads.
Yep.
It's way more fun to compete. I like a 4-player game.
What year's your fast draw? That's mid 70s, late 70s? I don't even know when that is.
Yeah, late 70s. I think 76 or 78.
Something like that.
That's kind of a sweet spot, I think.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. I love chatting pinball with you, and I love beating you at pinball even more than that, even though it's apparently never happened, as I've been reminded this evening.
If it happened, I wasn't there.
Okay. Interesting. Very good. Well, until we do this again, good luck out there. Rock and roll and pinball. And I'm very jealous of your 14 games.
All right, Nate.
All right, man.
Give my love to Teresa.
I will tell her you said hello.
Hopefully I'll see both of you in the United Kingdom in April.
That'd be fantastic. Thanks, man.
All right. Later.
Hey, everybody. That's it. That's all. I want to thank Ed Robertson so much for spending some time with Coast to Coast Pinball. Always appreciate that. We're going to do another show soon. We got some things lined up. Expo stuff is coming out. Things are happening. Probably be some more shows. I've got mailbag. I've got emails. Like, people still emailing me. Like, you haven't forgot about me. I love it. Thank you. We'll answer some emails. And, and we'll probably talk about how it gets dark at like 3 in the afternoon here in the Netherlands. So that's okay. Anyway, you're champs for listening. Ed Robertson, you're champ. Jack Danger, you're champ. Zach Sharp, you're champ too. So until next time, play some more pinball, be nice to each other, and take care of yourselves. Later.